Hi, I'm John Sundstrom. I'm the chef owner of Lark Restaurant here in Seattle. Lark's been open almost 15 years. We're very fortunate to have seen a lot of changes in the Seattle market. We were one of the first restaurants to really celebrate underutilized species and cuts of meat and fish that were not so well known. So, one of the first restaurants to really get into nose to tail and farm to table in the region. Today we're going to serve wild Alaska pollock with Spanish preparation. It'll be braised with tomatoes, a lot of smoked paprika, some garlic, and then we'll have some olive oil smashed potatoes to go along with that. So I've already diced some onions. Just put a few of those in here. We'll let those slow cook for a few minutes. We're gonna use slices of garlic rather than chopped, because I want the garlic to have some presence in the final sauce. And I really love the garlic sliced like this because it just gives it a little more texture when you have the final dish. And so this is a sauce we're making, and everything is gonna show up in the final stew, okay? Now, one other thing you're gonna be doing with this recipe is these olive oil smashed potatoes. So what we're gonna do is we've got fingerling potatoes, or you could use Yukon Gold potatoes. They're just in there with salted water, some crushed garlic, and then I like to put just a little bit of herbs in there. So we'll just do a couple branches at a time. And you're just gonna simmer those till they're tender. So our garlic and onions are looking really nice. We're gonna use a little bit of white wine just to kind of stop those from sauteing. So what I'm gonna do, I've got the wild Alaska pollock just on some paper towels. So you just lay it on the cutting board and very gently start slicing the skin away. And then basically we just cut this into good sized chunks, maybe an inch or two wide. We've got this really lovely reduction now with the onions, the olive oil, the garlic, and the white wine. I'm gonna add some fresh tomatoes to it next. Make sure they're really ripe, like a little too ripe, maybe for a salad. So just gonna kind of do a rough dice on these. Our sauce is almost reduced, so this is the perfect time to add the tomatoes. So just gonna kind of start popping these in. And you don't need to restrict this to just red tomatoes too. So I brought some yellow cherry tomatoes. We'll throw these in as well. We'll get this simmering a little more strongly. We want to season this lightly at this point, so just a little bit of kosher salt is good, and some fresh ground black pepper. And then we're going to go ahead and season our pollock. Got some more right here. This is when we're going to add the pollock. And then I'm gonna add just a splash more wine to this. And then we've also got a nice vegetable stock we're gonna add at this point. You could use water, you could use chicken stock. We're gonna put a little bit of fresh thyme in there. And then I'm gonna put just a pinch of rosemary. The key ingredient to make this really Spanish is smoked paprika. So I'm gonna add quite a bit of smoked paprika. And also just turn the heat down a bit. So to do the final preparation, we basically take the potatoes that have been cooking in the salted seasoned water. You take a few of these, drain them nicely. And the idea, I love using kind of a rustic dish because again, this is a fairly rustic presentation. And then basically you're gonna olive oil these potatoes quite generously. And then nice flaky fleur de sel or finishing salt. And then basically just take a fork and you essentially just crush them kind of right where they're at in the dish. So you just take your stew. And then we'll finish this with just a little bit of flat leaf parsley. And just a pinch more salt and a pinch more paprika. So that's basically it.